Have you ever looked up at the full moon and felt an unusual calm settling over you, like the entire universe is holding its breath, waiting for something sacred to unfold? The full moon has fascinated humanity for thousands of years. It is not only a beautiful sight in the night sky but also a mysterious force that pulls on the oceans, stirs the winds, and influences the rhythms of life on earth. Paramahansa Yogananda, one of the greatest spiritual teachers of modern times, reminded us that the universe is not dead matter. It is alive, vibrant, and filled with divine intelligence. Among all the natural cycles, he spoke of the moon's profound influence, especially at its peak, the full moon. Yogananda explained that just as the moon draws the vast tides of the ocean, it also pulls on the subtle waters of our inner being. Our thoughts, emotions, and energy currents are often heightened during this time. Many people experience restlessness, sensitivity, or even inspiration without knowing why. But Yogananda taught that this is not something to fear or ignore. Instead, it is a divine opportunity, a doorway that opens for deeper meditation, stronger prayers, and greater inner awareness. The question is, do we passively drift through this moment, carried away by emotional tides, or do we consciously step into the current of divine energy and let it uplift us? The full moon is not just a date in the calendar, it is a reminder from the cosmos itself: awaken, align, and reflect the light of spirit within you. Tonight, as we explore Yogananda's wisdom, let us discover how to turn a simple full moon night into a living spiritual practice, filled with healing, clarity, and divine power. Paramahansa Yogananda often reminded his disciples that human life is not separate from the cosmos. Every rhythm in nature, from the rising of the sun to the phases of the moon, has a deep effect on our consciousness. The moon, especially, has always held a special power. We know that its gravitational pull controls the mighty tides of the ocean. Yet Yogananda explained that our bodies, too, are mostly water, more than 70%. If the moon can move the vast seas, how much more it can stir the subtle currents flowing through us. During the time of the full moon, these inner currents are heightened. Some people may feel an increase in emotions, both positive and negative. Others may feel unusually sensitive, restless, or even inspired. Yogananda taught that this is not a random occurrence, it is the natural amplification of energy. The full moon acts as a cosmic magnifier, intensifying whatever vibrations we already hold. If we are caught in worry or anger, those feelings may grow stronger. But if we choose calmness, devotion, and meditation, those qualities too will expand more powerfully. This is why Yogananda encouraged seekers to become aware of these natural influences, instead of living blindly through them. He said that when we consciously align our inner life with these rhythms, we find greater harmony with the universe itself. The full moon, therefore, is not a time to fear mood swings or disturbances, it is a golden opportunity. It is a reminder that our thoughts, our prayers, and our affirmations can reach deeper into the soul and higher into spirit. Whatever energy you put forth during this period, the universe reflects it back multiplied. This is the real power of the full moon, and the reason Yogananda wanted us to honor it with awareness. In the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, the moon is not just a physical object in the sky, it is also a symbol of the soul. Just as the moon has no light of its own and only shines by reflecting the light of the sun, our soul too has no power apart from spirit. When the soul turns toward God, it reflects divine radiance. When it turns away, it appears dim, just like the phases of the moon. On the night of the full moon, when the moon glows in complete brilliance, it becomes a reminder of what is possible for each of us, that our inner being can also shine fully when we align ourselves with the eternal light of the divine. Yogananda would often say that the ego is like a cloud that hides the soul's natural brilliance. Just as clouds obscure the moon, so too do restless thoughts, desires, and fears cover our inner light. But when we calm the mind through meditation and uplift our consciousness, the clouds part, and the soul reflects spirit in its fullness. In this sense, the full moon is not just an outer event, it is a mirror for our own potential state of illumination. When you gaze at the full moon, do not only admire its beauty in the sky. Instead, see it as a silent teacher. Let it whisper to you, you, too, can shine like this. You, too, can reflect the divine light without distortion. Yogananda encouraged seekers to use these moments as symbols, as reminders that our highest calling is not to live in the shadows of ego but to radiate the brilliance of spirit. In the fullness of the moon, we are reminded of the fullness of our own soul, waiting to be awakened. Yogananda often emphasized that the full moon is not merely a spectacle in the sky, it is an opportunity for deep spiritual practice. He taught that during this time, the mind is more sensitive, the heart more open, and the soul more receptive. That is why meditation under the full moon can be especially powerful. When you sit in stillness and turn inward, you are not just meditating in isolation, you are aligning yourself with a larger cosmic rhythm that is already uplifting your inner currents. On such a night, begin by sitting with your spine straight and shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes gently and direct your gaze upward to the spiritual eye, the point between the eyebrows, which Yogananda described as the doorway to the infinite. Take a few slow, deep breaths. With each inhalation, feel the cool light of the moon entering you, calming the restless waters of your mind. With each exhalation, release tension, fear, and distraction. Allow yourself to become as serene as the night sky. Yogananda suggested the use of affirmations to focus the mind. A simple one you may repeat silently is, I am calm, I am light, I am free. As you repeat these words, visualize the moonlight expanding inside you, filling your entire being with peace and clarity. Do not struggle with thoughts, let them come and go like passing clouds. Keep your attention gently lifted, and let the cool radiance of the moon remind you of the divine light within your own soul. Even a few minutes of meditation in this way can refresh your spirit and give you a sense of renewal. Yogananda taught that when we consciously meditate during a full moon, we magnify our inner progress, using nature's tide to lift us closer to spirit. In Yogananda's teachings, the full moon is not only a time of expansion but also a time of release. Just as the moon grows to fullness and then begins to wane, our lives also follow cycles of gaining and letting go. Yogananda reminded seekers that spiritual progress is not possible if we continue to carry the burdens of past worries, resentments, or fears. These unhealed emotions become heavy stones tied around the soul, preventing it from rising freely toward divine light. The full moon offers us a natural moment to set those burdens down. One way to do this is through a simple, heartfelt practice. On the night of the full moon, sit quietly and reflect on what you wish to release. It may be a lingering hurt, a fear that keeps returning, or a habit that no longer serves your higher purpose. You can even write these feelings on a piece of paper. Then, with deep sincerity, offer them to the divine light. Mentally say, I release all that no longer serves my soul. Let the light of spirit dissolve this darkness. If possible, step outside and let the moonlight fall upon you. Imagine it washing through your body, carrying away tension, sadness, and negativity. See yourself becoming lighter and freer with every breath. Yogananda often taught that visualization, combined with faith, awakens the hidden powers of the soul. By consciously surrendering your pain and limitations, you make space for peace, joy, and clarity to enter. The full moon, then, becomes more than a beautiful sight, it becomes a healer. It is as though the universe itself is whispering, let go, so that I may fill you with light. By practicing release during this sacred time, you align yourself with the law of renewal, just as Yogananda encouraged. Paramahansa Yogananda often reminded his disciples of the extraordinary power that arises when people come together in prayer or meditation. He explained that individual effort is strong, but when many hearts unite with a common purpose, their vibrations multiply and spread far beyond what any one person could achieve. The full moon, with its heightened energy, is an especially ideal time for such collective practice. Imagine a group of seekers sitting together under the moonlight, their minds calm, their hearts lifted. As they chant, pray, or meditate in silence, their individual thoughts merge into a single, powerful current. Yogananda said that such united efforts create waves of healing that move invisibly through the world. These vibrations can bring peace to troubled minds, strength to those in difficulty, and harmony to places in conflict. The full moon's energy acts like a transmitter, carrying these prayers far and wide, magnifying their effect. Even if you are physically alone, you can still join this global rhythm by setting aside time on the full moon to meditate for world peace, for the healing of humanity, or for the upliftment of someone in need. This practice is a form of seva, or selfless service. Yogananda explained that serving others with pure intention cleanses the heart, lightens karmic burdens, and opens us to divine grace. The beauty of this practice is that it requires no grand ritual, just sincerity, love, and willingness to give from the soul. When you meditate or pray during the full moon, think of your energy not only uplifting you but also blessing countless others across the world. In this way, the moon becomes a channel through which compassion, peace, and divine light flow outward from you into the vast family of humanity. In our busy modern lives, it is easy to feel disconnected from nature. Surrounded by noise, artificial light, and constant distractions, we often forget that we are part of a greater cosmic order. Paramahansa Yogananda lovingly reminded seekers that true harmony comes when we live in rhythm with nature, not against it. He explained that the universe is filled with laws of energy, cycles, and balance. When we attune ourselves to these rhythms, we find that life flows more smoothly, and our spiritual growth unfolds with greater ease. The full moon is one of these natural rhythms, a gentle but powerful reminder that we are never separate from the cosmos. Just as farmers watch the seasons to know when to plant and harvest, so too can seekers use the cycles of the moon to guide their inner practices. Yogananda encouraged disciples to meditate more deeply during these times, to pray with greater devotion, and to align their thoughts with positive, uplifting energy. By doing so, we ride the natural wave of the universe rather than struggling against it. Living in rhythm with nature also means paying attention to the subtle messages it gives us. The stillness of a moonlit night teaches calmness. The cycles of waxing and waning remind us that change is natural and necessary. The brilliance of the full moon reminds us that the soul, too, can reflect divine perfection when ego clouds are removed. When we honor these rhythms, life gradually feels less like a battle and more like a dance. We begin to sense that the same intelligence guiding the stars and the moon is also guiding us. And as Yogananda often said, when we live in harmony with spirit and nature, we discover that peace and joy flow to us effortlessly, like the steady light of the moon. As we come to the close of this reflection on Yogananda's guidance, let us remember that the full moon is more than just a phase of the night sky. It is a living reminder that light always triumphs over darkness, that our soul can shine with divine brilliance when we turn towards spirit. Each full moon offers us a sacred invitation to meditate more deeply, to release what no longer serves us, and to radiate peace and love into the world. If we begin to see these nights not as ordinary, but as opportunities for renewal, then we never miss the blessings they carry. Dear seeker, I invite you to take this wisdom into your own life. When the next full moon rises, step outside for a few moments. Look up at its gentle glow and remind yourself, I am light, I am calm, I am free. Feel the moonlight not only upon your body but also within your soul. Allow it to awaken clarity, strength, and devotion in you. And as Yogananda would say, offer your peace and love to all beings everywhere. In doing so, you become a channel of divine light in this world. Before you go, I would love to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments, tell us how the full moon makes you feel. Or, if you simply wish to send a vibration of love, type Jai Gurudev as a blessing for all seekers watching. And let me know, what topic or teaching would you like to explore in the next video? Your voice helps shape this journey. Thank you for being part of this circle of light. May the peace of spirit guide you always. Until we meet again, Jai Gurudev.